We are recording. Welcome to the Cinescape Podcast, movie and TV news and review. Happy Thursday, everybody. We are proud to bring you a brand new show this week. We're going to get all the things in the movie and TV worlds. I am your host, of course, Sean Harrigan, joined as always by Bill Rowdy Tazzy. Woo! And we have Mr. Dex Burgess behind the boards here. What's up, Dex?
Not much, brother. What's going on?
We're coming into award season. We got a lot going on, some TV show announcements, some a lot of cool things going on that we're going to get into a little bit here. But let's throw it around a little bit, see what everybody's been up to since last show. Bill, what's going on, man?
Yeah, well, I got one of my W-2s.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm still waiting on mine.
Yeah. What else
Tax
have I
season is
done?
upon us.
I went spelunking for the first time.
Did you know?
Yeah.
Where at?
There are these caves that are called the shadow caves.
Oh.
Basically because they're so dark, but
ominous.
light comes in for only about 20 to 25 minutes a day.
Wow.
Right. So, if you catch it right, you can see your shadow while you're in the cave.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool, I guess.
Oh, yeah, that sounds exciting.
Yeah.
It's a little dangerous even, but
Very dangerous. I mean, you slip sometimes, your life is in constant danger. But that's the adrenaline, man, It's
Yeah.
like, if you wanted to, put meth into your dick or something like that, some people do that. But I mean, I decided to take, a different approach and just
Billy. That's
go spelunking in the shadow caves.
I've never equated, spelunking in the shadow caves to injecting.
I mean,
into my penis.
to each their own, but
I guess
Yeah.
it's cool. But,
yeah. What have you been up to?
Yeah, hanging out playing Nintendo.
That's cool.
Cock. No, just the usual day to day. Being a husband, being a dad, being a upstanding member of society.
Yeah.
Just the usual. But
Okay.
we're getting through each day. It's getting colder, Bill. It's
Very
snow
cold.
recently.
Very cold. That's why I'm wearing my West face here.
I thought it's because you didn't want our audience to see that we're both wearing Doctor Strange t-shirts.
I mean, cat's out of the bag. I mean,
It's funny, Bill and I are such good friends.
there's the spoiler for the next show.
We're such good friends that we actually wore not matching, but
Right, and I
Doctor Strange
decided to take my beanie hat off too because I felt like it would just be conflicting
See, I feel the
wardrobe
exact
choices.
opposite. Should've gone both.
I mean, the audience is gonna say, I'm gonna wear it better and stuff like that.
Our audience, specifically picks out our fashion choices quite often. Not really.
Nah. I mean, our audience will,
No,
put us on blast.
It
and
was
stuff.
funny. I walked into Bill's house and we were coming over for the show, and I see him sitting there on the couch, and he's got the Doctor Strange T-shirt on, and I had a jacket on at the time. Like, funny you're wearing that shirt. Boom, took it off. Also wearing a Doctor Strange
It was like
T-shirt.
something subconscious in the universe, traveled that, that little ribbon through time and space and reality. And
Also, fun fact:
yeah,
you bought me
and,
this T-shirt.
I did.
It was a gift.
Yes,
I believe maybe a birthday, Christmas, something like that.
of some occasion,
Some
high holiday.
Yeah, but so Doctor Strange all around. We're going to be talking about Doctor Strange a little bit later in the show. when we get to the movie segment.
Right.
But before that, we want to let you guys know that we are part of the Cinescape Media Network. We want you guys to make sure that you go on and check out our brand new site over at the Cinescape, or cinescape.media. You can check,
subscribe,
absolutely,
wherever.
all those things and more.
Yeah, they're around.
Our show is on there. Cinescape Trivia Challenge can be found on there. Suburban Paranormal can be found on there. The brand new podcast can be starting up very shortly. We also have a new show starting in February as well, Mixtape Radio, hosted by Mike Shea, helping you find the newest local indie bands that aren't signed to major labels that you might not hear on pop radio. So go on and check that out as soon as the launch happens on February 10th. We're very excited about that. Bill, I wanted to bring up something before we get into the meat of the show here. The last couple shows we've been talking about little 2-year-old boy Rowdy.
Rowdy, woo!
Our goal has been to help fulfill his bucket list wish, which is to meet Anna and Elsa from Frozen. So this has been going on since before Christmas that I've been championing this cause, sending emails and making phone calls and tweets and messages and all sorts of things, and looking at every avenue that I could go down to try to make this happen. And just last week I was successful. I got in contact first with Kristen Bell's publicist, as she voices Anna from Frozen. And then a few days later, or about a week later, I actually received an email from a member of her entourage or team or whatever thing she does, reaching out, getting some more information on Rowdy. And shortly after that, I got a audio file that I'm going to play for everybody now. So let's take a listen.
Hi, Rowdy. This is Princess Anna of Arendelle. I just wanted to call and say hello and tell you how excited I am for you to come see me and my sister Elsa at Disneyland. Well, say hi to Paisley for me, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!
Very cool.
That's awesome.
Paisley is Rowdy's sister. So the family actually next month is going to be taking a trip to Disneyland, where they're going to be meeting the actresses playing Anna and Elsa to finish off the number one item on that bucket list. I can't really relay in words. I'm going to try to not get so choked up, but this whole process really meant a lot to me personally after learning about Rowdy's story and his condition and his diagnosis and everything that's been going on, which is terminal. To be able to do this for him and the rest of his family really meant a lot to my wife and I. So just can't thank Miss Kristen Bell enough for doing this for Rowdy and the Robinson family. So thank you is really all I can say. The video is up on our Facebook page as well as our Twitter. Make sure you go and check that out. Share it out. Let's get this going even more. If you can possibly donate to their GoFundMe page, that's linked in the video as well. Get that going on to help circumvent bills and things like that. Get things paid for. But to the entire Robinson family, thank you for sharing Rowdy with us and our families. You're a part of the Cinescape family forever. So thank you guys so much.
That's for you, Rowdy. So fans, like Sean said, connected all this and help put just a smile on a deserving kid's face, and just be of support. Go onto our page, check out the video. Just blow it up. It'll make him feel so much better knowing that so many people care out there. And like Sean said, the link to his GoFundMe is also in the in the link there on Facebook as well. So click on it, check it out. Just read his story. It's awesome that he's going to be going to Disney next month, and hopefully having a time of his life, and just enjoying it. So that's awesome. So check it out.
And a big thank you to everybody on social media that's gone on and shared and retweeted, the different posts that we've had up about it. All the support has been so awesome to see. So, we really can't thank everybody enough for that.
So check it out on our Facebook page. Give them some love.
With that, we're going to get into some TV here, Bill. We've had a lot of things going on. The television critics, the road show, things been going on. A lot of things been coming out. I'm just going to read a couple here. We thought previously that American Horror Story was going to be done
Not done.
as the creator of the show had an exclusive Netflix deal, all that good stuff. But apparently that show has been renewed by FX through not only next season but through season 13 of the show. Bill, American Horror Story. We've been on this for quite a long time.
Right,
but,
it's been a journey.
Yeah, how do you feel about more American Horror Story?
I think it should have stopped at some point already. Maybe like after the season or something. It's kind of waning on me a little bit, but I will still watch it for the sake that it has some continuity to it. So that's why I'll continue to watch it. But my interest has waned over.
Did you watch the last one, 84?
I have not. No.
1984.
No.
It was a harken back to classic 80s slashers.
I gotta see if it's on Dexflix and have to catch up.
It was fine. I mean, it's nothing that I'm gonna really tout or get everybody to go out and watch immediately. It was fine for what it was. Like you were saying, I share the same sentiment with the show. It's just not like it was the first couple seasons. They drag on too long. Actually, this past season was actually considerably shorter than usual.
Yeah.
But I think it just wears thin after a while. And I think they just need to end the show, honestly. But, we'll see how it goes after that. But new direction going on as the creator left for Netflix or something I think it was Netflix. So we'll see with the new direction of the show. But let's continue along. Streaming services, Bill, are becoming all the rage. Your Hulus, your Disney Pluses,
Your Hulus and your Wootus and your Hexflix and all that good stuff.
All that good stuff. Well, HBO's got their own upcoming HBO Max coming up soon.
HBO Max.
And it's been announced that they're planning a Last of the Mohicans series. Bill, I tried reading this book growing up.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was probably just my age at the time as a youngster, but
Right.
I think I got like 4 or 5 pages in and was just so bored and couldn't pronounce any like the Indian names that were or Native American names that were being in there. Couldn't do it. Daniel Day-Lewis is in the movie.
Right.
I actually don't think I've ever seen the movie, to be honest with you. Any interest in anything Last of the Mohicans related?
No, none whatsoever.
No. Okay, moving on. Bill, this one's going to entice you a bit.
We'll see.
Well, we will see because you're a Star Trek guy, right?
Yeah,
you like the Star Treks.
I like the Star Treks.
All right, well,
Trek to my pants.
they have a new show coming soon.
No. Tell me about
It's
it.
called Episode 9: The Rise of Skywalker.
Wah, wah.
No, they have their upcoming Picard series.
Picard.
TNG style.
Yeah.
He's getting his own series. Didn't even start yet.
Okay.
But it's already been renewed for season 2.
Okay.
Talk to me about Picard.
Well, it's already been renewed for a second season. Hasn't even started yet. Comes out this month. It's exclusive to CBS All Access, which nobody's going to pay for.
Make it so. Make it so. Make it so. Make it so. Make it so.
And
Make it so. Make it so.
and I cannot talk there now. I got to give him his respect. He's a sir. But
I was hoping it was going to be like the Chewbacca thing.
I don't want people to. I know people are going to jump on the bandwagon of this show. A lot of
people
like Discovery fans, and they're just a whole different breed of Trek out there, and people are going to think that, oh man, like I can't wait to see like some of the characters from old shows and stuff like Commander Riker and Data and Troy and Seven of Nine and that Borg that they captured and not Khan. Nah, no Khan.
Man.
Khan's yeah. But in all the promoting and advertising, all the stuff has been the former castmates, which is the draw-in, right? Like, I don't
So
want
they released some pictures of 7 and 9, actually.
right, and there's a younger cast at play too.
Isn't she on the OC? That chick.
Was she on the OC?
Yeah. I think so.
She was on Boston Legal,
She was on a couple episodes of 2.5 Men as well.
maybe. But
She'd get it.
I mean, if you pull up like her
Nudes?
her I don't, it might be nudes. I don't know. Just like her and her outfit from Voyager. I mean, that was like fucking.
Dex is on it.
Dex, you jumping on that? We can dive into this.
7
real
of
quick.
9 nudes.
I mean, you don't have to type nudes. I mean, we can just look at a regular one first. I mean, so they brought her on basically as like the clickbait of the show, basically. There's some. Go to that like silver one or something, like one of those.
Oh, that's revealing.
Or go to the one with like a full body
Is there
one.
nip? I think I can see nip outline.
Go to like a full body one there. But yeah, I mean, obviously 7 and 9 was. Yeah, look at that.
More like 6 of 9.
I'm 6 of 9 of Borg.
Get it like 69.
Yeah, I got it.
You get that.
Yeah, okay. But this show, I think what people have to understand is it's not about like the old cast and stuff like that. I think that's all just a marketing ploy to just kind of draw people in because there's a whole.
So they're trying to cash in on the nostalgic undertones here.
Initially, because they haven't really marketed
Yeah,
too
I
much
see what you're doing.
with that younger cast, which I'm sure will weave its way in. So, I mean, it's a series that seems more promising than some of the recent movies and TV shows that we've gotten. So, I think it's worth a shot to go watch it. I mean, it's got Patrick Stewart in it, and I mean, he commands a certain level of experience. So I think it's going to be worth watching. But you guys are the fans, so you decide. When it comes out, we'll be posting some stuff and let us know what you guys think of it because I'm not paying for CBS. And yeah, so
I'm not watching it for free either, if that makes any difference.
so there you have it. We'll keep you posted on Picard throughout the coming months here, as it will debut very soon.
Yeah, we're going to stick with CBS-related content here, Bill. They have announced that they are getting ready for a Silence of the Lambs sequel series titled Clarice.
Okay.
Ooh.
I mean, looking at the next two that you have here for CBS,
Yeah, CBS is all over the place.
It's not really attracting me in any way to
It's
sign
really
up for
not.
your service. Like,
I mean, Clarice, I'm interested in this. I wish they never canceled Hannibal. That was on or I think it was on NBC, which was a fantastic show. But from the sounds of it, this is going to be a direct sequel to the original film.
you know what? The way I see this right now,
No
the
time in
way
between.
I see some of our topics on the screen here, and I'm gonna shift for a moment back to some of our previous conversations about just the industry at this point, and with streaming services and stuff like that. Like CBS doesn't have shit going for them.
No.
Not
got
very
nothing.
attractive. Like, and when you think about what happened recently with Fox being bought by Disney. Disney now owns ABC and Fox, basically, and ESPN, and a plethora of other channels as well down the viewing stream there. But CBS looks like a prime candidate to get bought by somebody at this point. Obviously they have terrestrial television, you have a streaming platform, you have a content library. Coupled that with, another complement of services, the right company could come in and probably scoop them up. So I wouldn't be surprised if CBS is like the next one to go on the chopping block. Because, like I said before, these big three networks that used to be are going to be gone like in the next 10 years or so. They just, the industry is changing and they never changed with it. It's like, think about terrestrial radio when it went digital. Like, people in the industry were like fighting, going digital and stuff. Now jobs are at a all-time low in the radio market and stuff. Because they just never progressed. Nobody's advertising on, regular radio networks anymore just because it's the way it is.
Right.
And
it's the downfall of modern society as we know it.
Obviously, a byproduct of globalization at this point. I mean, when you think about the economics placed on today's modern industry and the ability to, form and create in that same environment, and I really have no idea what's keep rambling.
I'm gonna let you keep going.
I was trying to keep up there, but looking at the time stamp of your clip here,
That's a good 34 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, 34 out of 2 minutes and 10 seconds. But when you think about the high digital market and the the ever-changing landscape of that digital frontier, the window.
Chewie, is that you?
Keep going.
I mean, listen, I could talk all day, that, about whatever and anything, but, the state of the matter is the movie and television industry as a whole have completely changed on us, and I think the thing you need to really think about here is just the landscape, and we talk about the landscape because we're the Cinescape, even we change the landscape of movie and TV news and reviews every day, and certainly when you see
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. 47 seconds, Bill Langston. In the see how long Chewbacca can roar for game. We really need to get an actual a timer on screen. So
the next show we do,
I'll plan it out better.
We'll have a topic. We'll have an actual topic. Because
I don't want you to know when it's coming though.
No,
That's what she said.
Okay. Gotcha, bitch. So yeah, that's my little rant about about the movie and TV industry, and
there's a good 47 seconds of complete nonsense.
Like channel all thought and brain power.
I have no idea what you just said at all.
Everybody just left this recording right now.
Well, it's a good thing we're not doing this live show.
We're not
anymore. No.
Oh fuck.
Oh my God. Speaking of really weird, shitty thing. We're gonna stick with CBS All Access.
God,
here,
where's
Bill.
that pizza?
Bill, CBS All Access have announced new animated series for a number of classic programming.
What do you got for me now?
Lassie, Mr. Magoo, and George of the Jungle. So if you weren't enticed enough to get this streaming service because of Picard,
This summer,
get ready for this.
CBS All Access presents a story about a man and his dog, Lassie, the last hope, and an old man who can't see all too well, Mr. Magoo, and a man who runs around. Yes! Ah, yeah! That's my sound effect, baby! Woo! And George of the Jungle as he swings through the Amazonian jungle. Watch out for his loincloth. Give me that
That's
sound
not
effect
George.
again.
Which one, Woo?
Nah, the fucking swords. Yeah! Yeah!
I have a funny Mr. Magoo story I just need to relay.
Is
here.
there a funny Mr. Magoo?
Yeah, actually. So,
I'm Mr. Magoo.
yeah, we're both Eagles fans here for the NFLs. During preseason this past season,
Yeah.
I forget who the Eagles were playing, but whoever they were playing had a quarterback whose last name was Magoo, and the broadcast the color analyst, he was having a field day with this guy's last name, and at one point he called him Mr. Magoo. And I was just cracking up laughing.
I mean,
because it's like a nothing, bullshit game that nobody really
right,
gives a shit
and
about.
I mean, you kind of gotta
making all these Magoo references.
you gotta kind of make that remark at that point, you know?
It's
Like,
so funny.
it's in
And
your
I wound up
face.
tweeting at him, and he liked the tweet.
Nice.
It was pretty funny.
That's
so
awesome.
get ready for more Mr. Magoo coming to the the 21st century.
Mr. Magoo.
Oh my God. NBC is getting in on the game here, Bill, because they have announced
What game?
The TV game.
Are they?
They've been playing it for a long time now, but they're going to keep doing it, apparently, because they've announced a new comedy series based on...
If you smell what the rock is cooking.
Based on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's childhood. Comedy series based on The Rock's childhood is what NBC is going with here. Recently announced at the TCAs. Bill, are you at all intrigued to see a scripted comedy series based on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's childhood?
I mean, Chris Rock did it. Bernie Mac kind of did it. So, sure.
I heard Rocky Johnson's going to be appearing in this series as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I'm like I said,
He's not, because he just died.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, he's not.
Oh.
I thought you would have picked up on that joke.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what this is going to be about. It doesn't sound all that fun to me. I don't know what kind of zany hijinks The Rock went
I mean,
through.
it's on NBC. I mean, it's gonna just cash in on the fucking family theme and
Yeah,
stuff
I'm not
like that.
digging this one.
Did you know Rock was in a movie? It's might be on Dexflix. It's like him with like a wrestling family or some shit with Paige from WWE.
Fighting with My Family.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's in the queue. It's up there. Yeah. All right.
Coming
check it out.
sometime this week.
We'll check it out on Dexflix.
No, I've heard good things. When the movie's coming out, I was intrigued to see it. I just haven't caught it yet.
Dex, did I break your server, by the way? With all those requests?
No, I just woke up to 190. I'm like, what the hell happened? And all of a sudden I just
Yeah, so
3 a.m., 4 a.m. I'm like, Bill was drinking, and just sitting there.
yeah, I was all sorts of in rare form.
You were drinking?
I don't know. Maybe.
You want a beer?
No, I need food, man. I was drinking last night and I haven't eaten anything yet. I got a headache.
What are you, in your mid-30s?
What? It's still downloading stuff? Yeah, I know. It's been like
What
a
do you got,
week.
Kazaa up there?
Is that LimeWire?
Yeah,
You
Morpheus.
better watch out. Is that Share Bear? Bear Share or whatever it was?
I think it was Bear Share.
Bear Share. Was there any other notable platforms that would destroy your computer, basically?
Napster.
Napster.
OG. Napster. You got some MIRC chats up there?
But I was on your system, and I was like, what spawned it was like I think like I started on the first page and saw was like there was like American Wedding or something, but no like American Pie, American Pie 2, American Reunion. So I typed in American, and then like the whole list of movies that start with the word American came up, and I was like, oh. Well, American Psycho, American Beauty,
American Graffiti.
American Sniper,
American Gangster.
I think I downloaded American Gangster, and then
American Dad.
yeah. So I just like was adding stuff. I'm like, and then I was you had Creed in there already, and then I was like, oh, we need Creed 2, and then Creed live in concert, and then I mean, nah, it's wrong band, man.
Yeah, wrong band.
With arms wide open.
What if?
Did you? With like Chevelle or something?
Nah, 3 Doors Down. That's the only reason I went.
Nice. Yeah, so needless to say, like, I loaded up your system with stuff. typed in like the word like blue, Blue's Clues,
Blue balls.
blue balls, blue streak, blue chips.
Oh God, don't care, don't care.
Yeah. So what did you watch off Dexflix recently? 'Cause
I
some stuff
watched
that,
Godzilla King of the Monsters.
okay, I gotta
say,
watch that.
we're just going to end our TV buzz here.
right.
Just real quick, Shameless is ending with season 11, and the CW renewed all their Arrowverse shows. So we're going to get into our...
Let's talk some movies.
Yeah, we're going to talk movies here.
movies.
If I can find these... See, this is why I
You're-
need the goddamn new soundboard. This thing stinks.
You're blowing it.
It's awful. I hate it.
I hate it.
There we go. I found the book. We're going to flip the script here and change the focus to the world of film news and reviews. Godzilla King of the Monsters. So, I liked this movie a whole lot more than the newest Godzilla before that. Mm-hmm. Very excited at the premise of...
The one that Puff Daddy did the song for?
Exactly, yes. Ferris Bueller was in it. It was
Yeah.
pretty cool. No, the other one. The 2014 one.
Yeah, I know.
This time you actually saw Godzilla as compared to the first one where you saw him
What's up, Martha?
for about 10 seconds the entire movie because they kept cutting away from him.
Right.
They did a little bit of cutting away in this movie, but the monster battles were pretty badass, and there was a lot of really cool stuff in there, and I'm very much looking forward to Godzilla vs. Kong, which is happening. It's going to be just a battle royale for the ages, and I liked it.
Nice.
So watch it. I think you should watch it.
I
think
will.
you might like it.
I will put it in the queue. Is that Martha? One movie that I watched that is the exact opposite of your
Oh, boy.
enjoyment was Dark Phoenix. So I watched that. I thought the acting was the acting was bad. They killed off.
Tell me, I didn't see it. Well, then,
Whatever. It's been out for a while. Well, people get killed. The rehash of certain storylines that we've already seen through the X-Men franchise. And it's not enjoyable. I'm not going to dive into it.
is it better or worse than the car?
Slightly better. Well, only slightly, because I don't understand with the cast that you had in Apocalypse and how you can fail. Like, even with Oscar Isaac as the villain, the movie still flopped.
Yeah, the movie
Huge
sucks.
flop.
Sucks bad.
And with this movie, it's just, those members that were, like Magneto and Professor X, their roles are even more diminished in this movie and just really don't even need to be in the movie, as far as I can tell. And it was just bad. Like, I was not interested in watching it at all. I think I started, doing some other work during it.
Isn't that weird? Like, there's movies that you have on, as just kind of background filler that you're not really paying attention to.
Yeah.
And you're just messing around on your phone or doing whatever.
Right.
You're like, yeah, I know I watched it, but I don't really remember anything that happened during that movie.
Well, there was just nothing that progressed the plot. I'm like, this is really just, it's so bad and basic in so many terms. But you know what? I can appreciate a bad movie like that because you got to know where you've been to know where you're gonna go and stuff. I think that's the problem with Disney and Marvel and stuff is that they're on autopilot with their productions, the production budgets, the value, the effects. It's gonna be a polished movie and stuff. But when you're already up here, and you don't. You can't go over anymore and stuff like that. It's figure skating. If you give that person a 10, where do you go from there? The next thing that comes along, how do you have a judge of a rule, a line to go by?
9.5.
And I think that's important in the storytelling. Any Disney movie now, everybody that's on Marvel and that bandwagon, everybody loves the hell out of these movies and it feels like they can't do anything wrong. And it's like, that's great if you don't know the context of, like comic books and things like that. You just think like, I can just turn on the TV, watch any old Marvel movie, and it's fucking great. Like, yeah, it's a solid movie. Most of them are, but there's some clunkers out there, and there's some bad, acting in some, and bad, just lazy, storytelling and things like that. And when you're in a comic book universe like that, you have things at your disposal to make things easier for sake of plot. Time travel.
Number 4, teleportation.
Teleportation. Ice smoke. The stories, you don't need to have so much going on or have to think things through so much, because you just have, I got the power stone, I got this stone or something like that. It's real easy. So I think, like Marvel fans, Disney fans, Star Wars fans, like, you can all love this stuff, but when people say like, you're being too critical of things like that, well, it's because there was an idea. It was somebody's idea. It was somebody's brainchild. It was somebody's baby. And
it was Nick Fury's idea.
And
there was an idea.
Remember
when he could see Avengers together? Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Remember that?
Yeah, remember that?
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But
remember when you were in the Beatles?
But think about that now.
Did you see Die Hard? You like the part in Die Hard when he has to walk across the floor with broken glass and he's barefoot and he gets the glass in his
great,
feet?
man.
That was awesome.
But think about it. Like, Stan Lee's entire legacy, his entire work, is now wholly owned by Disney.
Do you know that wasn't his real name?
I know, it's Chet Lee.
It's weird.
Chet. George Lucas's work, all owned wholly now by Disney. Like, it's not the original idea that it was anymore. And like, I get that it evolves and like, people are evolving with what it is, but you're not evolving with somebody's idea or somebody's vision or dream anymore. You're going along with a brand at this point. You're
towing the company line,
and you're investing in a product at this point. Star Wars isn't a story anymore. It's a business. Marvel,
it's a model.
Isn't it's not a collection.
Totally a model.
It's not a collection of comic books and stories that kids grew up on anymore. It's now these cinematic movies, which once again I enjoy to a degree, and I think they're fantastic. But I also realize it's a business, and just like businesses have certain corporate values and things like that, you also have to have your values of the of what you're watching and stuff. And I'm not going to take anything away of what people like and stuff. It's subjective. We talked about that before, but
now I want to
demanding something out of it is
something that you said. I want to take and put to the side here.
Take it.
Yeah, it was here. If you're looking at it on screen now, it's over here. But you said you alluded to the fact of you enjoy the majority of specifically Marvel movies.
Right.
There's some that you maybe have not enjoyed so much.
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep the idea of not being beholden to liking everything that the franchise puts out because you liked the other movies previously or some of the other movies previously. So I want you, everybody listening, I just want you to keep that in the back of your mind because I want to read this Doctor Strange story as we alluded to earlier. We're both wearing Doctor Strange t-shirts right now.
No, we're not.
I'm wearing a Doctor Strange t-shirt right now, and Doctor Strange 2 is going to be coming out soon, and apparently they don't have a director anymore.
Oh, what's that about?
Scott Derrickson has left Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness for quote-unquote creative differences. Bill, this is kind of upsetting to hear, because the first Doctor Strange was so good, so very different from everything that Marvel has done up to that point. And this is a movie that Scott Derrickson, the original one, he directed himself and had heavy influence in.
Yeah.
Him leaving a sequel to a movie that he created for creative differences is a very telling sign that Marvel and Disney wanted to do something that he wasn't cool with.
Right, and
they're moving in a very different direction.
I think, when you think about, the last, 4 phases that, what phase are we in?
We're coming up in phase 4.
Coming up to phase 4. So, you've seen the 3 phases of Marvel now that have, spanned since 2008. And I think Iron Man was very experimental for the time, and it worked, and it paid off, and that snowballed into a huge phenomenon, right? Doctor Strange was great because it showcased, a different, different parallel, both figuratively and literally within the comic book realm. You got to see this trippy, far out space, LSD kind of trip of a story, and if you read the comics, I mean, the visuals matched up very well using today's technology. But like you said, I mean, this is troubling, and I think this is the telling sign that you're gonna get only the product now that Marvel Disney is intending you to see. You're not gonna get a creative director's take on a movie anymore. And sure, that was the problem with comic book movies in the past, was that you would go up one movie and it was really great, or you go down a movie, the next one, and different directors didn't always work, or you had the same director sometimes through a couple movies, and the storyline would de-evolve over time and it would become less interesting, or you focus more heavily on one character versus the other. Marvel, streamlined that really well in their process over the years, and brought those characters to the forefront more. But it also streamlined in a way where it stripped uniqueness or being able to enable that difference as a standing out
part of the formula.
Right, and when you think about Doctor Strange 2's title, it was Doctor Strange 2 in the Mouth of Madness.
Multiverse.
Or in the Mouth of Multiverse, I'm sorry, which is...
In the Mouth of Multiverse.
Or whatever. What is it?
Mouthful of multiverses.
Figure it out here. Can we Google
the Multiverse of Madness.
I know what it is because it's John Carpenter.
Yeah, like in the Mouth of Madness. I know.
Right. I don't know.
Because this movie is supposed to be like a horror.
Right. It was supposed to be a suspenseful horror.
He said it's not. It kind of is.
Which that is one of my favorite movies, by the way.
In the Multiverse.
In the Multiverse of Madness, and whatever. In the Mouth of Madness.
Doctor
is the original movie John Carpenter did with Sam Neill, and it's a cool, suspenseful, slightly trippy. Kind of thriller, scary movie. And if that's based on the title, if that's where he was kind of leading in with some trippy, storytelling, once again, in the vein of what he already demonstrated, and if Marvel was like, nah, that's not what we want to do, or something like that, I wonder how long that pushback was going, back and forth there, to the point where he was obviously not happy doing something that he wasn't going to have control over, or at least, very least the input.
Right.
It sounds like he got, probably shut out from a majority of his direction. And
it sounds like kind of either do what we want you to do, or we're going to
like,
find
hey,
somebody else to do.
this isn't fitting our brand, our product now.
So I feel like with the premise of the movie, in the multiverse of madness,
right.
I really feel like this is going to be the movie that's going to start ushering in not only the connective tissue to the Disney Plus series.
Right.
It's obviously going to be WandaVision heavy tie-in with that. I believe the last episode of WandaVision is leading directly. This is going to share scenes with the beginning of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's also probably going to be a way to usher in the new phases and new characters that they're going to be able to start incorporating with, characters that they got, like the X-Men and Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, things like that. it's probably going to be a lead into things like that, bringing things over, crossing universes, multiverses, whatever it is they started to allude to in Avengers Endgame and Spider-Man Far From Home, things like that.
Right.
But I think, Scott Derrickson, he directed the first one. He had a clear vision for what he wanted the second one to be. It wasn't really jiving with the new direction, with the way the Marvel is going right now. So he unfortunately got squeezed out. So I want to call back to the statement that I made earlier about kind of being beholden to liking a franchise just because you liked some of the other movies in the franchise. So. 23 movies in we're at now, the MCU.
So
We like the overwhelming majority of them, I would say.
Yeah.
But there are movies in there that we don't like for various reasons.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a large contingent of fans out there. You call them fanboys, call them whatever you want to call them. These are the people that say that you have to like everything that Marvel, for instance, wants to put out because you liked Iron Man, because you liked Thor, because you liked Hulk, because you liked Avengers, whatever it is. And when people speak up about not liking Thor Ragnarok or not liking Guardians of the Galaxy 2 or Captain Marvel, it's easy to start throwing around, you're sexist because you didn't like Captain Marvel, or you're this because you didn't like this, or you're this because you didn't like that.
Right.
When you see somebody like Scott Derrickson get pushed out of a sequel to the movie that he made because he's not cool with the direction that it's going,
Not cool.
we're also in the camp of really not being cool with some of the the changes that are being made and the directions that Marvel's going in as well. Doesn't mean that we don't like some of their other movies or the majority of their other movies, but at the same time, you're supposed to be, a lemming. You're not a sheep. You don't have to like everything that Marvel puts out. You're allowed to dislike some things.
It's because
You don't have to speak up about it.
Marvel wants yes men at this point because it's the fact that, hey, this is our product and our brand now, and
Like, hey, we're going to make Thor a big, fat, stupid idiot now. And you're just going to like it because you liked Thor 1, and you liked him in Avengers, and you liked Thor Ragnarok.
you like Thor as a king of Asgard. Now you're going to love him as a fat couch bro who's playing on Twitter this weekend.
Say what?
Yeah!
So it's okay to not like things. If you like Spider-Man Far From Home, but you don't like Spider-Man Homecoming. If you like Thor 1,
I don't like Alfredo sauce.
You're allowed to not like things. You're allowed to disagree about things, but just don't start labeling things or don't start calling people out. Wow, well, you have to like it because you like this other one and everything else was great and they shit gold. No, it's okay to not be cool. Like, phases 1 through 3 are done. The Infinity Saga is done.
Well,
we don't know what's coming out next.
And I think that's
it's okay to be apprehensive.
That's
about it.
also, I think, another determining factor when you see news like this happen. You have to think like leading up to Infinity War, and really like you kind of knew it. Like you could kind of see it a little bit in the the streamline of how like all the Avenger movies ended up coming together, like especially like after like Civil War, when some of the projects that came out then, Marvel was still flirting with being experimental a little bit, and now that you've achieved this this precipice of success, you have to keep that going. Now you got to keep that train rolling, and so now that you know what that thing is, now you're trying to maintain that and keep that going for as long as you can. So now, like, there's no reason to, say, hey, yeah, let's try that. That'll be different. That'll be, something unique. They're not having that anymore. Hey, we already know what works and what's gonna sell, and this is the model that we want you to follow.
It's all gonna be cookie cutter,
right? And so. I think, with New Mutants, supposed to be coming out now, that's probably going to be like one of the last original properties.
Yeah, I can see that.
That you'll see forever, maybe, because you're not going to get it with Disney anymore.
Right.
Marvel, you know where you're going to get, and I think you'll just be pleasantly surprised if one of their movies happens to blow you away or, really put you back in your seat a little bit. Other than that, yeah, you know what you're going to get now.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
So-
With that, we're going to close it down for that segment. Bill,
Close
before
it
we
down.
get out of here,
Yeah.
from time to time, we come across some stories that are a little bit odd, a little bit weird,
Right.
a little bit strange, a little bit goofy. And I want to read a couple to you here, Bill. This headline that I'm going to say right now is a very interesting one. It reads, Martha Stewart speaks out on Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina candle, blames horny guys for its success. So recently with her company Goop, Gwyneth Paltrow has released a
That was a good one.
vagina-scented candle that is supposed to smell like her own vagina. Gwyneth Paltrow launched the This Smells Like My Vagina candle with her lifestyle brand Goop. It's currently retailing for $75. So Martha Stewart wasn't really cool about that, saying, I'm sure it's sold out. She does that kind of irritating. She's trying to zuzz up the public to listen to her, and that's great. Let her do her thing. I wouldn't buy that candle, Stewart said. So, I'm not a fan of the way her vagina smells.
Interesting.
Also,
You got another one, right?
Yeah, I got a couple here. This one reads, Al Pacino remembers getting high at the Oscars and having hilarious encounter with Jeff Bridges.
I'm gonna
Sounds like a good story.
some marijuana with my friend Jeff Bridges.
So while appearing on Jimmy Kimmel recently, Pacino said, I was sitting there and it wasn't at all like you'd expect. I went and I sat there in this big event and I was with a friend. I had a few things, I was not completely myself, so everything was tolerable, The nerves had calmed down. I was sitting there enjoying the show. I turned to Jeff Bridges. He was also nominated. And I said hi. But I said to him, I don't think they're going to get the Best Actor category. It's an hour and they had to get to the category. He gave me a look to this day I'll never forget, like, where do you come from and who are you?
Who are these
Said
people?
it's 3 hours. He would go on to say a little bit more, but he got high with Jeff Bridges, which is pretty cool, at the Oscars. One more that I wanted to read, which really caught my eye. This headline reads, Man requests trial by combat with Japanese swords to settle dispute with Iowa ex-wife. A Kansas man has asked an Iowa court to grant his motion for trial by combat. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, you're very aware of what this is. So he can meet his ex-wife and her attorney, quote, on the field of battle, where he will rend their souls from their corporal bodies.
Oh, snap.
So, well, we got an ex-husband who's not happy with the way things went down. He wants to fight to the bloody death.
Yeah,
Solve this.
little trouble in the Stark house.
Bill, can you ever imagine a scenario between you and your wife?
I'd die.
Where
Kill me.
I was gonna say where you'd live, but I guess you
Nah.
there.
Yeah,
I
if
would
we
say
were-
she would slay you with bloody justice
Right.
very quickly.
We probably have those like dual wielding blades too, like where like they come out of like the sheath of like her forearm, like shing, and like my head's just queen off. That'd be me.
Absolutely, I agree. She
Yeah.
could definitely kick your ass.
So when my wife listens to this later,
I'm kind of scared of her.
You're right. Yeah. She's got a presence about her that.
She does. She's got an air.
Yeah. I love you, hon.
And with that, Bill, I believe that's going to end our show for this week. Anything else to add before we get out of here? Anything you wanna mention, plug, anything like that?
No, I mean just drive safe. Happy holidays. Is it a holiday? Yeah, it's a holiday weekend, right? Coming up.
We just had MLK Day. Remember, we're not live anymore, so. Yeah, well, I'm off on Monday, so. Thanks, MLK Day.
You're blowing this whole thing of.
It's okay. We're pre-recorded now, folks. We're pre-recorded.
We're pre-recorded.
It's okay to let them know.
So everything that's happening now has already happened.
Yes.
When will then be now?
Soon. Absolutely.
Well, with that being said, I mean, I guess I'll see you in the future then.
Yes, you will.
Okay.
Later on, which
Well,
is the future.
Well, until
now.
then, take care.
Bye-bye then. For myself, Sean Hager, and for Bill Rowdy Tazi, for Dex Burgess, we wanted to say thank you guys for listening today. Make sure you subscribe on all podcast platforms, your favorites. Subscribe to us on our YouTube channel as well as all social media. And be sure to check out Rowdy's GoFundMe page and please donate today. For all of us, thank you, and we will see you next time.
Woo! Got trouble?